Hey everyone, for the past few weeks, the Social Security cost of living adjustment has gotten a lot of news coverage. Now, this is mostly because all signs are starting to point towards the possibility that this could be the largest increase in over 30 years. But as a result of all of this news coverage, I've been getting lots of questions about this. So in today's video, I want to answer a few of the questions I get most often. Specifically, I want to tell you who actually gets this cost of living adjustment and whether you have to be actually receiving Social Security for the cost of living adjustment to increase your benefit. And then also, I'm going to show you how the adjustment is actually applied to your benefit amount because there is some confusion there. But before we get to that, listen, you know things are happening with Social Security right now. It's not just this cost of living adjustment. There's going to be a lot of changes in the years ahead. And if you want to stay informed, you got to hit that subscribe button and click that notifications bell. Oh, and also, if you want to be part of my new call-in show where you call in and talk to me on the phone, we record every Thursday at 12 Central. I'll put the phone number down in the description. But for now, let's get back to the cost of living adjustment. Every year, usually in mid-October, the Social Security Administration releases their changes for the year ahead. One of the most anticipated changes is the cost of living adjustment. Now, this is a percentage increase to Social Security benefits. Now, the reason we find out in October is that they use an inflation measurement from the third quarter of the year, so July, August, and September, and then they compare those numbers to the prior year's July, August, and September readings. If there's a positive change, the amount of change is the amount of COLA for Social Security benefits. If the numbers don't change or if they go down, then benefits simply don't change for the following year. Now, if you do want to see more specifics on the measurement used, I have a video devoted to this, and I'll link it up in the description below. But for today's video, I want to answer the big questions I get about this COLA. The two questions I get most often, which are really the same thing, is who gets this cost of living adjustment, and do you have to be receiving benefits for the COLA to increase the amount you receive on a monthly basis? Now, understanding this is really important, because I've seen some comments in this channel and received emails from viewers who wonder if it would be a good idea to file for benefits before the COLA becomes effective so they can get the increase. So let me make this as clear as possible. The COLA applies to benefits beginning at age 62, whether you have filed for benefits or not. The Social Security Administration has a piece that is very clear on this. It says, you're eligible for cost of living benefit increases starting with the year you become age 62. This is true even if you don't get benefits until your full retirement age or even age 70. We add cost of living adjustments to your benefit beginning with the year you reach 62. Now, that's very clear as to when it applies to retirement benefits, but it doesn't mention survivor or disability benefits, nor does it mention how it's actually applied to your benefit. For that, we have to dig a little deeper into the Social Security website, and because these rules are often a bit convoluted, we actually have to reference two different rules. First, we find the rule on when the COLA is applied, and according to their Program Operation Manual Systems, or POMS, that's the handbook they use for processing claims, they say that beneficiaries entitled to an AIM PIA or Transitional Guarantee PIA are entitled to any COLA which occurs in or after the benchmark year. Now, that AIM PIA or Transitional Guarantee PIA generally refers to anyone who becomes entitled to benefits after 1978, which is likely anyone watching this video. So to simplify what they are saying, it's just that you are entitled to any COLA which occurs after your benchmark year, which raises the very obvious question, what is a benchmark year? For that, we turn to another section of this manual, which defines the benchmark year for retirement, disability, and survivor benefits. For retirement benefits, the benchmark year is the year someone turns 62. For disability benefits, it's the earlier of the year you turn 62 or the year you become disabled. And for survivor benefits, it's the earlier the year you turn 62 or the year of death. Now, it is worth pointing out that there are some changes that could happen to the benchmark year for disability benefits if you're receiving disability and then you stop for a 12-month period before filing for retirement benefits. But I don't want to muddy the waters with a rule that has such a limited application. So now that we know what age the COLA begins to apply, we need to know how it's actually added to your benefit. Once you turn 62, you can't just look at your benefit estimate and assume all of the listed estimate amounts for the various ages will increase by the announced COLA. Instead, the Social Security COLA is applied to your primary insurance amount or your full retirement age benefit amount, and then adjusted based on increases for filing later or reductions for filing early. Here are the exact steps to calculate and apply the changes to your benefit. First, you adjust the PIA for COLA. Then you apply the adjustments for filing before or after full retirement age. And those results are rounded to the next lower dime. And then you subtract any offset, such as the Medicare Part B premiums, from the benefit, and the remainder is rounded down to the next lower dollar, and that's your final benefit. Now, by following these steps, it's going to help you understand the math behind figuring out why your benefit increase from a COLA may be slightly different than you expected if you just take a percentage and apply it to a benefit. So I hope this video was helpful, and now you understand when and how the annual cost of living adjustment is applied to your benefit. And before you leave, if you haven't already, be sure to get your free copy of my Social Security cheat sheet. This is where I've taken some of the most important rules and numbers from the Social Security website, and I've condensed it down to just one page. I update it every year, and as long as you stay on my list, I'll automatically send you the new version when it's published. There's a link down in the description where you can get yours. Thanks so much for watching.